In the shadowed corridors of the ghostly dragon cave, Ling Han moved like a streak of piercing light, his steps decisive and unwavering. Without a moment's hesitation, he surged toward the passage that led to the fourth floor, a path none could follow without his unique edge. The Revere Life Sword, sensitive to the nearby auras of the Absolute Saber and the Mountain and River Axe, awakened on its own. Its intricate patterns flared with radiant energy, sending a torrent of killing intent into the heavens. Ling Han did not summon the Ice Dragon Ground Blast formation. His intent was clear. He would force his way through, not simply defeat the four guardians. The challenge before him was of a different magnitude entirely. How could the Revere Life Sword, a blade of immeasurable potency, falter beneath the combined might of the Absolute Saber and the Mountain and River Axe? The thought alone was laughable. "Stand back!" The four young elites cried in unison, unleashing the full fury of their weapons. Even shattering Void Tier cultivators would find themselves hard-pressed against such a coordinated assault. Yet Ling Han pressed onward, the Revere Life Sword radiating an infinite brilliance, wrapping him like a cocoon of divine light as he propelled himself toward the doorway. Boom, boom, boom. The resounding clashes echoed through the cave. Pain lanced through Ling Han, and blood streaked his lips. Yet he surged forward relentlessly, breaking through the unified front of the four young rulers. With a final effort, he hurled himself into the doorway, crossing the threshold where mortal fear and divine fury converged. Inside, he drew the Flower of Dead Souls. The dark bloom, radiant with an otherworldly glow, immediately countered the infernal flames that licked at his soul. These were no ordinary fires. They sought to consume the spirit itself, leaving the body intact, but the soul reduced to cinders. The Flower of Dead Souls, however, quelled their assault. Ling Han did not understand the precise mechanics, only that its effect was flawless. Turning, he met the gazes of Shu Shu Ran and the others. Their expressions were not of defeat, but of icy amusement, as though he were the fool in their eyes. "Ling Han," Shu Shu Ran said, a sneer curling his lips, "we already know of your spatial divine tool, yet you flaunt the use of the Flower of Dead Souls? Do you take us for fools?" Donglinger added with a faint smirk, "No, you misunderstand. Our words were meant for you to hear. The Flower of Dead Souls is indeed key to the fourth floor, but only part of the equation. The true key is the heart of martial arts itself. Without it, even the flower would leave you ashes." The Small Sword Emperor's calm voice cut through the tension. "Once you fall, we will claim the Flower of Dead Souls. In your current state, you will go no further." Ling Han chuckled, a sound echoing with both mirth and defiance. "So your words were meant to tether me here, to ensure I cannot escape while you claim the flower later. I see now why you did not exert your full force before." "The natural killing zone could have ended you more simply," the Son of Lightning remarked evenly. Ling Han laughed aloud, the sound reverberating like a battle drum. "And you think that because I possess a spatial divine tool, your outside conditions matter? What can they do to me?" Donglinger's eyes narrowed, her voice tinged with derision. "Do not assume ignorance on our part. Spatial divine tools are aids, not invincibility. Even within, death may find you." Ling Han's grin widened, dangerous and sharp. "Then should I fall? Know this. Neither the Flower of Dead Souls nor the spatial divine tool shall aid you. Today, tomorrow, forever. You will never claim them as I have." Shushuran and his companions exchanged uneasy glances. The fear Ling Han invoked was real. They had only theorized the use of a spatial divine tool, never witnessed it firsthand. How could they seize it from him? "Hand over the flower and the tool, and we will spare you," Shushuran commanded, raising his hand in solemn oath. The others mirrored his gesture. Ling Han laughed, unflinching. "I am unafraid of death. I will not linger for pleasantries. Farewell." And with that, he turned and advanced, leaving their oaths behind like whispers on the wind. This choice staggered Shu Shu Ran and the others. A man so cunning, so aware of the stakes, would seemingly cast aside his life? Their calculations faltered. Could it be he had formed the Sword Heart? The thought struck like lightning, for only with the Sword Heart could he resist the Small Sword Emperor, Shu Shu Ran, and strike down Jia Ming with precision. The possibility chilled them. Sword Heart, combined with the Flower of Dead Souls, rendered Ling Han impervious to the soul-burning flames of the fourth floor. With it, the true dragon's tooth awaited him, untouchable to any who dared guard it. Even the most patient sentinels could not impede him. When the allotted time passed, he would emerge from the cave as if guided by fate itself. Shushiran and the others resolved to wait at the entrance, the prize before them singular and shining. The true dragon's tooth. They could waste no effort on other matters within this cursed cavern. Within the heart of the fourth floor, Ling Han's grip tightened on the flower of dead souls. Flames, though lethal to souls, were impotent against his resolve, his body untouched. Each step forward was measured, calm, a testament to his mastery over both sword and spirit. The passage was unbroken, a corridor stretching into eternity, leading directly to the altar where the true dragon's tooth lay in solemn splendor. After half a day of relentless advance, Ling Han arrived. Before him, an altar of massive stone stood, encircled by a ring of purple light, impenetrable and ancient. None had passed it and returned. None had claimed the treasure it guarded. At its center, the colossal fang gleamed. A true dragon's tooth, 30 meters long, brilliant as polished jade, emanating a power that could stir the heavens themselves. Even from afar, its presence commanded awe, a testament to the might contained within the relic. Ling Han stood before it, unwavering. The treasure of legends, the apex of the fourth floor, awaited him, and he alone possessed the resolve, the heart, and the tools to claim it. In the heart of the ancient altar, the legendary true dragon's tooth lay suspended in a violet halo of light, a relic of a bygone true dragon, its brilliance undimmed by the passage of countless millennia. Ling Han stepped forward, each footfall deliberate, his gaze fixed upon the prize that had drawn countless aspirants before him, all of whom had met their end within these hallowed depths. Even in the boundless expanse of the immortal realm, this artifact's renown was unparalleled, a treasure that whispered promises of unmatched power to those daring enough to claim it. As he approached, the violet halo shimmered, rippling like water, coiling around him with a life of its own. Ling Han's hand tightened around the flower of dead souls, which now pulsed with a faint, ethereal glow that echoed in resonance with the halo. Understanding flickered within him. The path here was not a mere trial of strength, but of attunement. The flower of dead souls was the key, the singular instrument capable of bridging the mortal will with the ancient, divine defenses surrounding the true dragon's tooth. Others had arrived, yet lacked this talisman, and thus had fallen. A frown creased Ling Han's brow, curiosity and caution warring in his heart. Yet hesitation had no place here. He had crossed the threshold of the altar, and now only the retrieval of the dragon fang remained. With careful resolve he pressed onward, mindful of the stone bricks beneath his feet. Each step ignited the altar's hidden mechanisms. The bricks glowed and pulsed in rhythmic patterns, silent as a melody without sound, echoing the heartbeat of an ancient power. He paused, sensing the latent vigilance within this place. Should peril surpass his control, the Black Tower lay ready as refuge, yet he knew that hesitation now would mean forsaking the greatest prize of his life. Ling Han continued, guided by instinct and the subtle luminescence of the stones. The true dragon's tooth awaited him, a colossal fang of jade-like whiteness, impossibly intact through the ages. He stretched forth his hand, ready to bind it with his divine sense and draw it into the Black Tower. But as the flower of dead souls flared with brilliant light, it began to wither, petals falling one by one, draining its essence in a show of quiet sacrifice. Simultaneously, the dragon fang erupted in blinding radiance, forcing him to avert his gaze. Yet his divine sense remained entwined with the artifact, intent on drawing it home. A surge of shock struck him. His will alone could not command the dragon fang into the Black Tower. The impossible truth revealed itself. This was no ordinary relic. Possessing its own sentience, the true dragon's tooth resisted even the tower's formidable pull. The artifact's ancient consciousness, nurtured over uncounted eons, now asserted itself. Ling Han's mind raced, recalling that he alone had carried the flower of dead souls, perhaps the catalyst for this profound awakening within the fang. But what was the nature of this change? Minutes passed, and the light slowly dimmed. Ling Han's eyes opened to behold a transformation unprecedented in his long journey. The once solid fang grew translucent, revealing within it a small, moving sphere of life. Patterns etched across its surface did not conceal the truth. Something had been nurtured inside, a nascent being of its own volition. Breathless, Ling Han focused the eye of truth, and the revelation struck him like thunder. A small boy, no more than 6 or 7 years of age, yet carrying the aura of nobility and strength, swathed in the mystery of the true dragon's legacy. Not a single feature betrayed draconic descent, yet the boy's existence was entwined with the ancient relic. A life born from millennia of silence. A sudden cacophony of cracking shattered the tense stillness, the dragon fang splitting as if unspooling a web of ancient time. With a final resounding crash, the fang fragmented, and the boy emerged, voice ringing with childish innocence yet laden with an age-old authority. "Ha! I have finally come back to life," he declared, pride and power rolling from him in palpable waves. Eyes gleaming, he cast a haughty glance toward Ling Han. "Junior, why are you not kneeling before your ancestor?" Ling Han's first impulse was surprise, yet he quickly assessed the boy's body-refining tear cultivation and recognized the futility of caution. With a wry smile, he reached out, seizing the boy with the ease of one accustomed to command. The boy's expression twisted with shock and indignation. "Insolence! How dare you treat me thus? Witness how I shall punish you!" he roared, and a terrifying aura of dragon might flared, noble and imperious, a force that would compel even the most exalted to kneel. Yet Ling Han, supported by the Black Tower and fortified by his sword heart, felt no fear, no hesitation. He grinned, raising his hand to deliver a series of firm spanks upon the boy's bare backside, each strike punctuated by the boy's anguished wails, his face flushed with humiliation. "Junior, stop! Do you know who I am?" the boy cried, yet Ling Han's laughter mingled with the echoes of the altar's ancient stones. Calmly, he spoke through the boy's protests. "If I have not erred, you are the alternative dragon, born of the true dragon's will itself." In that surreal moment, the weight of time, legacy, and martial dominion intertwined. The altar, the relic, the nascent dragon life, all bore witness to a spectacle of authority and defiance, a vivid testament to the eternal dance of power and fate in the world of cultivation, where even the most ancient of dragons could birth anew and challenge the conventions of life itself. Ling Han, poised between awe and amusement, now held in his hands the embodiment of centuries-old legacy, ready to navigate the unfolding destiny that the true dragon's tooth had preserved within its crystalline heart.